Want to see something weird? Back in 1981, Canada dropped a little horror film that gained some pretty significant following. It's about a boy, a talking teddy bear, and a hole in the ground that's filled with some pretty angry Ewoks. It's a strange cult classic that's based on an even stranger book.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Hey fam, it's your boy Rome. You're 12 years old and your only friend is a teddy bear and it's telling you to do stuff. Some dark stuff.
All right, let's get some sleep. We jerk at first light.
This is the shenanigans that's going on in the 1981 Canadian horror flick, The Pit. It's a weird mix of comedy and horror that shouldn't exist, but it does. The movie revolves around Jamie. He's an awkward kid that's being picked on by bullies and ignored by his parents. But good old Jamie has a secret. See, up in the woods out there, Jamie found a hole in the ground that's full of flesh-eating monsters that he calls trollocs.
But they're sitting down there and they're looking up at me. And myths don't do that.
They're hairy, little, ugly things that kind of look like demonic Ewoks. And just like most little lonely white boys, instead of running away like a normal person, he figures out a way to use this incredible find to his advantage. See, he starts luring people that pisses him off out there to the thing, and once they get to the edge, he kicks the fuckers in.
This is Sparta!
All of this is encouraged by his little stuffed teddy bear, Teddy, that Jamie believes is actually talking to him. Jamie is a horny little bastard.
That's right. That's a good Miss Livingston.
Aunt Margaret, what are you doing?
And to make things weirder than they already are, the kid starts obsessing over his babysitter. The movie really suffered from a disjointed identity because the original writer wanted this to be a serious, grounded psychological thriller. To him, the monsters weren't real. They were a manifestation of Jamie's broken mentality. He wanted a character study on trauma and isolation. But then the director stepped in and said, nah, we not doing that shit. Let's make the monsters real, add some corny jokes, make the kid a little older. Trust me, bro. Needless to say, they clashed and they ended up with a movie that doesn't know whether it wants to be a scary study of a disturbed kid or a goofy creature feature. But the book tosses all of the empathy that you would have for this kid out in the trash. Because in the book, this kid is a full-blown psychopath. One of the biggest shifts from the book to the screen is what happens to Sandy, the babysitter, which is straight up diabolical. The movie gives us a naive, misunderstood kid with an unhealthy crush on his babysitter, but the book gave us something a lot darker. See, he takes Sandy out in the woods to show her his pit, and he pushes her ass in it, all the while he's laughing while these creatures tore the poor girl to pieces. Jamie's teddy bear was changed also. In the film, it's not clear if the bear is talking or if it's just Jamie's imagination, but in the book, it's very clear. Teddy is an evil entity that has its own voice. He knows things Jamie couldn't possibly know, and he's the one that's pulling the strings. The book ends with Teddy finding a brand new owner to corrupt, proving that the bear, not that pit of monsters, is the real villain in this story. Overall, fam, this is a weird one. This movie shouldn't work, and honestly, most of it doesn't, but that's exactly why it's a cult classic. Strange, it's weird, it's obscure, and it earned every one of those names. This is a strange blast from the past that really deserves a revisit. So if you're looking for a little nostalgia or a weekend boredom breaker, I say pour yourself an adult beverage, grab your favorite stuffed animal, sit back, buckle up, and get ready for a trip into the absurd. Coming in at 1 hour and 41 minutes, The Pit is streaming over on Tubi if you'd like to revisit it for yourself, or hey, maybe you already have. Whichever the case, fam, hit me up in that comment section so we can keep the conversation going about this obscure, dark hole of a movie, because I would really love to hear your opinion. But as for mine, The Pit is watch list approved.
Easter time.